Hello everyone. Today we discuss the next point of our topic, that is the types of the curve, and there are the few types of the curve we discuss in this topic. The first one is the Hilbert's curve. Okay, in this Hilbert curve, we going to draw a curve by using the center of the grid view. Okay, this is our uh, this is our Hilbert curve. Okay, this one is our Hilbert curve, and this Hilbert curve can be constructed by the following approximation, that is that is by using the first, second and third iteration. We are going to draw a Hilbert curve. Okay, if a square is divided into the four quadrants, okay, that is the this one, first, second, third and fourth quadrant. Okay, so we can draw the first approximation to the Hilbert curve by connecting the center point of the each quadrant. Okay, so we draw the Hilbert curve, and we use the center points of the each quadrant. Okay, here is the four quadrant, and we use the center point of the each quadrant. Okay, and by using this center point, we draw a curve. That is, first we started here. This is the first. Then we draw the second, that is we draw this first to the second, that is the top left. Then after that we draw the line, that is curve to a right hand side, that is the top right, and then bottom right. Okay, so by using the center points we draw this curve, and first is the bottom left, then bottom right, then top left, and then right top and the bottom right. Okay, by using by using these steps we draw the curve. Okay, here the first iteration. Then second approximation to the Hilbert curve can be drawn by the further subdivision, that is the that is a further subdivision each of the quadrants and the connecting their centers before moving the next major quadrant. Okay, this is the first, second, third quadrant for the first iteration. Then second iteration we use this first quadrant is divided into again four subdivided quadrants, that is the first, second, third and fourth, and then in each four quadrants we divided the sub four quadrants. Okay, so by using these steps we draw the curve. That is, here we start again here, that is first, second, third, fourth. Then we move to the left top, that is here. Okay, then we move the left top, that is here, that is the first, second, then third, then fourth. Okay, then we move to the right side, that is the right top. Okay, then we again here for this quadrant we again start the first, second, third and fourth. Okay, then we move to the bottom side, that is the bottom right hand side, and we again start the first, second, third, fourth. Okay, by using this step we draw the curve. Okay, here is the first iteration, then second iteration. In third iteration we again subdivided for each quadrant, then we again subdivided for the each sub quadrants. Okay, so for this quadrant we again subdivided by the four quadrant. Okay, for each and every quadrants we again subdivided for the we again subdivided four quadrants. Okay, so by using this step we By using this step we draw the Hilbert curve. Okay, then here this Hilbert curve, there are the few steps. That is, the first is the, if we infinitely extend the approximations to the Hilbert curve, the curve fills the smaller quadrants but never crosses itself. Okay, here in this Hilbert curve there is the curve fills the smaller quadrants for the infinitely, if we infinitely extend this curve, then curve fills the smaller quadrants but then never crosses itself. Okay, the we never cross back. Okay, we only draw the curve for once time, only once. Okay, for the second step, the curve is arbitrarily close to each and every points in the square. Then third one is the curve passes through a point on a grid which becomes twice as fine with each subdivision. Then fourth one is there is no limit to subdivisions and therefore length of the curve is infinite. Okay, we have no limits to the subdivisions. So here we if we draw for the fourth iterations, then we again subdivided here for the subdivided 4 quadrants. Okay, so there has no limits to subdivisions and therefore the length of the curve is infinite. Okay, then fifth step is with each subdivision length of the curve is increases by the factor of 4. Okay, for the each subdivision we only increase the factor 4, not the 2. Then sixth step is at each subdivision the scale changes by 2 but the length changes by 4. Okay, therefore the Hilbert curve topological dimension is 1 but the fractal dimension is 2. Okay, so in this lecture we again in this lecture there is a second point, that is the Koch curve. Okay, the second type is the Koch curve. Then in this Koch curve, here is the Koch curve. In this Koch curve there are few steps we have to follow. Okay, so the first is the divide the line into thirds. That is, here is the line. Okay, this is the line, and this line we have to divide in a 3 equal parts. Okay, that is here is the line, that is the 2 points. Firstly we have 2 points, that is the first point, and there is the ending points. That is, the first is the x1 y1 and the last one is the x2 y2. Okay, then this line segment is divided into 3 equal parts, that is the first, then middle, and this last line. Okay, so then second step is in the middle third produce the equilateral triangle. That is, this middle line segment is cutting in a 60 degree. That is, both the here this both the lines is cutting is it can be turned a angle in a 60 degree. That is, here to form a equilateral triangle. Okay, by using this middle line segment we form a equilateral triangle. Okay, this is the equilateral triangle. Then remove the base. Okay, after they form the equilateral triangle we have to remove this base, that is this line segment. Okay, then after the form this triangle we have to we form the 4 lines, that is the first, then second, third and fourth, and we repeat these steps, that is repeat the process for the each of the line segment. Then for here we apply for the middle, only the middle line segment. Okay, this step is followed for the each and every line segment, that is this line segment, then this, then third and then fourth line segment. Okay, then after that we remove this base, that is the here we form these triangles, that is this triangle, then here we form the 3 triangles, and here one is the 4th triangle. Okay, and this gives us stage 2. Okay, then repeating the process again for each line segment gives us stage number 3. That is, for each and every line segment we have to replace by triangles. That is, we form a triangle. Okay, and after forming the triangle we remove the base. Okay, then here is the for the iterative process can be repeated again and again, and here is the stage number 4. Okay, so for here is the first step, that is each repetition increases the length of the curve by factor 4 by 3. That is, we divided the 3 line segments into the 4, that is 4 by 3. Then second one is the length of the curve is infinite. There is no finite limit, there is no limits. Length of the curve is infinite. Okay, the third step is the unlike the Hilbert curve, it doesn't fill an area. Okay, we does not fill area. Then fourth one is it does not deviate much from its original shape. Okay, in the Hilbert curve we deviates its original shape. In this we does not deviate much from its original shape. There is original shape as remains as remaining for the few part. Okay, then fifth one is if you reduce the scale of the curve by 3, we find the curve that looks just like the original one, but we must assemble the 4 such curves to make the original. So we have, so here we only see that there is a middle, only the middle part we form a triangle. Okay, so this is not much to deviate its original shape. Okay, so here if we reduce the scale of the curve by 3, we find the curve that looks just like the original one, but we must assemble the 4 such curves to make the original. Okay, so we have to 4 is equal to 3d. Then solving for d, we get 3 log 3 4 is equal to log 4 divided by log 3 is equal to 1.2618. Then ninth step is that therefore for Koch curve topological dimension is 1, but the fractal dimension is 1.2618. Okay, so here for the third line 3 line segment we divide into the 4 line segment. Okay, so here is the 4 is equal to 3d. That is, solving for d, we get the d is equal to log 3 4. And then we solving for log 3 4 is equal to log 4 divided by log 3, and here is the answer, that is the 1.2618. Okay, so if any doubt in a Hilbert curve and also in a Koch curve, please contact me. Thank you so much. Thank you.